Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Tausif. Welcome to my channel and welcome to a brand new live stream. My friends, it is 11:17 p.m. September 4th here in Madison, Wisconsin. I'm in the central time zone and I'm hoping that viewers from different parts of the country will be tuning in soon to watch my live stream and also to participate in the live chat window. So, for those who are new, for those who are here for the first time, please participate in the live chat window, introduce yourself, write the name of the state that you're from, and stay connected with me. My friends, I'm going to be talking about election 2024. There are some there are always interesting things to discuss. Jim is joining here. Jim writes, blessings. Well, Jim, so wonderful to see that you're here. Welcome. Richard Phillips is here. Richard, welcome. I appreciate you all being here. So right after a live stream starts, I think, wait for maybe a minute, minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes, just to see who else will join. Jim writes, walls for Trump. That is awesome, Jim. I saw the news update. I saw that viral image of a family wearing T-shirts supporting Trump. Uh, Jim writes, tell us about your day. Jim, I had a very busy day. Busy is good, okay? So when I say busy, I say that in a positive way because staying busy is good. We have to stay busy, right? There are lots of things in life that we can do, that we can try to accomplish, that we can try to achieve. And so we are supposed to stay busy. So I had a busy day. I traveled a little bit within Wisconsin, and now I'm relaxing at home, obviously doing this live stream and enjoying a cup of tea. Yesterday I had my Wisconsin uh, tea mug. Today I don't have the Wisconsin tea mug, but if you don't know what I'm talking about, go take a look at my previous live stream and you'll know what I'm talking about. I had a cup with Wisconsin on it, and there was an interesting discussion that took place here. Uh, okay, so Jim is here. Richard Phillips is here. Michael Brown writes, howdy, everyone. Howdy, Michael Brown. So good to see that you're here. A viewer named, is it Gain? Is that how you pronounce it? Gain writes Trump 2024. If I'm mispronouncing it, I apologize. But Trump 2024 is always great to see. Okay. Aftab Abbasi writes, hello, bro. Love from Pakistan. Wonderful, Aftab. Thank you for joining. This is great. Hey, see, when I do a live stream, I never know where the viewers will be joining from. And I know, I think during my last live stream, I kind of asked people to write what state they are joining from. And there were people from Texas, Oklahoma, Minnesota, Wisconsin. And, there are others because I've had lots of viewers. So I'm sure people from many different states joined. But then it's also wonderful to see people from outside the country tuning in. So we have had viewers from Australia, England, South Africa. Gain writes, I'm from New Zealand. Awesome, Gain. Gain is from New Zealand. Great. And then Aftab wrote that Aftab is from Pakistan. And my friend Terry is here. My friend Terry from South Dakota. She writes, hi all. I'm still awake. Well, Terry, we appreciate you being here, so thank you. Let me see. Okay, Jonathan is writing Biden 2028. Okay, Jonathan, no comment on that. All right. Uh, Another viewer is writing Idaho here. That's awesome. Idaho. Annie Lane from South Dakota. Annie, welcome. So we have my friend Terry from South Dakota as well as Annie from South Dakota. Nightbot writes, I'm from Los Angeles. That's wonderful. Uh, let's see. Philip writes, Trump 2024. I'm actually going to try to keep up with all the comments that are coming in on my laptop, which is here. So I'm going to be turning away from the screen. So when I do so, you understand I'm looking at my laptop. Let's see. I've got a bigger screen here. Philip Holmes writes, Trump 2024. Trenton writes, what's the point of this? Trenton, great question. Trenton, a viewer named Trenton is asking, what is the point of this? That is a very relevant question. You know, we always have to ask, whenever we do something, what's the point of doing this? Well, Trenton, the fact that you have tuned into my live stream, the fact that you're watching it, that the fact that you've taken the time to write the question, what's the point of this? Let me give you the answer. The point of doing this live stream is to discuss social and political issues, both domestic and international. Here in the United States, we have a very important election that's coming up. And today I'm going to be talking about the election. I'm going to be sharing some news updates. I'll be doing some political commentary, sharing my thoughts and views with you all. And I welcome your thoughts and comments too. If you have questions, you can ask me. So the point of all of this is to exchange information, to have a dialogue, and to try to stay informed by talking to each other. So that's the point of this. Great question, Trenton. I appreciate that. Okay. Roy writes, Kentucky. So Roy is from Kentucky. Thank you, Roy, for joining. Don writes, hi from Chino Valley, Arizona. Wonderful. Arizona. Beautiful state, Arizona. Annie Lane writes, hi. And Sandesh Sinha writes, Mumbai. So we have viewer from India, Mumbai. Well, Sandesh, thank you for joining. Michael Brown writes, hey, bro. Michael Brown, always great to see you. Jean writes, where are you? Great question, Jean. Great question. Where am I? I am in the beautiful city of Madison, in the amazing state of Wisconsin, also known as the Badger State, also known as America's Dairyland. So I am in Wisconsin, Central Time Zone, and I live in Madison. That's where I'm joining from. Okay. Let me see. Don writes, Trump 2024. USA writes, Trump. Awesome. Okay. Philip Holmes writes, Madison, Wisconsin. Philip, are you joining from Madison, Wisconsin? Or are you or are you just saying I'm from Madison, Wisconsin? Jules is here. Jules has a question. Jules, no comment. Trump, all I can tell you, Jules, that Trump is a great leader and he is going to be the next president. I'm hoping and praying for that. And he is an innocent man. That's all I'll say. Okay. Ernest Thompson is here. Ernest, welcome back. And Philip writes, I'm from the South. Well, we love the South. Southern states are awesome. Jules writes, coward. Jules, you're calling me coward? I'm not coward. Hey, listen, as I've said before, overwhelmingly, the comments I get are all positive, but every now and then I'll get an unkind comment or a harsh comment, but you know what? It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all, okay? So Jules, the way you ask that question, let me tell you, in that question, you've already drawn a conclusion, right? About the candidate I support, which is Trump. The candidate I support is Trump. You've used, a term that I don't want to repeat because it's not true. I think Trump is an innocent man. I understand you don't support Trump, but um, that's your decision, Jules. I'm going to vote for Trump, okay? And I'm not a coward. If you want to vote for Kamala Harris or someone else other than Trump, you are free to do that. I'm going to be voting for Trump. Okay, that's just my decision. Philip writes, saying you're from Madison, Wisconsin. Okay, I get it, Philip. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here, Philip. Uh, Terry is writing, Trump is surging in polls. I'm going to be talking about polls, Terry, in just a little bit. Let's see. Terry writes, nothing bothers Tassif. Well, Terry, thank you. I am such an optimistic individual, I think. I mean, yeah, there are times when I kind of drift into pessimism, but I think for the most part, I am optimistic. And, just doing these live streams and seeing every now and then a harsh or an unkind comment, it doesn't bother me, okay? I am here to exercise my First Amendment right to free speech. I'm a proud American. And you are also free to share your thoughts and comments, and you don't have to agree with me. So, Jules, I'm not a coward, and I'm voting for Trump. Okay, so let me get into the discussion that I'm here to do. And please, if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe and stay connected with me. Just hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I would really appreciate that, my friends. Okay, so let me start by saying that the election, the season is heating up. The race is heating up. Every single day, the temperature rises in American politics. Now, do not get confused with the weather. Don't get confused with the weather. Yes, I do know that summer is coming to an end. Autumn is on its way. Now, people are already craving pumpkin flavored beverages, okay? I was at a cafe today, and they had a nice sign by the door, and they were advertising their new pumpkin flavored beverages, okay? So what does that tell you? That tells you that chilly weather is on its way, my friends, especially if you are in the American Midwest. Now, it does not make me happy to report that to you. I wish that summer could last longer. I wish we could enjoy the warmer weather longer. But nature has its own course, and yes, the temperature is falling slowly, at least here in Wisconsin. The days are getting shorter, I think, and soon it's going to be cold again. But the temperature in American politics is rising. The temperature in American politics is rising. It's getting hotter and hotter, from warm to hot to boiling hot. It's getting hot every single day. You turn on the television, you see the campaign ads. You go on the internet and you'll see campaign ads. You drive around your neighborhood and you'll see yard signs telling you which candidate the homeowner supports, whoever's yard it is that has the sign. So politics is reaching a boiling point as we are approaching November. So by the time we get to November, the weather is going to be chilly, it's going to be cold. But in politics, it's going to be hot. So my friends, let me come to the main point. Things are getting intense. I saw a report that Kamala Harris is ahead in the battleground states. Do you believe that? Is that right? I mean, there are all kinds of polls out there that show different results. It's up to you which poll you want to trust, right? Let's see what the latest data shows. So according to this CNN/SRSS polls released this week, Harris is ahead of Trump in Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, and Wisconsin. In Arizona, Trump leads Harris by 5 points. In Pennsylvania, the two candidates are tied at 47% each. That's according to CNN/SRSS polls. Now, what you think of the results, that's up to you. But here's what I can tell you about Wisconsin. I'm going to tell you about Wisconsin, my thoughts. So don't go anywhere. We have a lot to discuss. So stay connected. And if you have not subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button, like this video, help me spread my message to more people. Now, Trump is scheduled to be in Wisconsin on September 5th. And right now in Wisconsin, it is September 4th, 11:33 p.m. September 5th, that is tomorrow, Trump is scheduled to be in Wisconsin, and he's also scheduled to be in Wisconsin on September 7th. So Thursday, Trump's going to be in Wisconsin, and also on Saturday, Trump's going to be in Wisconsin. Now, he's coming to Wisconsin for a town hall on September 5th. And reportedly, North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum will also be there, along with Congressman Brian Stile. Congressman Brian Stile, for those who don't know, he's just a wonderful congressman here in Wisconsin, in the 1st Congressional District of Wisconsin. He's just he's a patriot. He's an amazing congressman, represents his district really well. So he's going to be there. And also, former Wisconsin Governor Tommy Thompson is also going to be there. And you know who else will be there? Monica Crowley. So it's going to be an amazing event, September 5th. That's tomorrow, Thursday. Trump's going to be in Wisconsin. And then on September 7th, Donald Trump will be in Wisconsin again. And this time he's going to be doing a rally in central Wisconsin. So what does that tell you? The fact that Trump is coming to Wisconsin on September 5th for an event, and then also on September 7th. Well, that tells you that Mr. Trump is focusing a lot on Wisconsin. He's focusing a lot on Wisconsin. The people of this great state in which I live, America's Dairyland, the Badger State, Wisconsin, the people of Wisconsin, they love Trump. The people of Wisconsin have great expectations. For almost 4 years now, our country has not seen real leadership. The people of Wisconsin expect a true leader to be in the White House in 2025, meaning the people of Wisconsin want Trump. And Trump understands that. Trump understands the expectations that Wisconsinites have. Trump realized that Wisconsinites have lots of expectations, but the expectations are really for simple things. All we want is a stable economy, and we want limited government, and we want to enjoy our freedom without government intervention in our lives, and we want to pursue happiness. I think the people of Wisconsin want Trump. They do. Of course, we are a swing state. There are many liberal voters here. Not everyone's a Trump fan, because obviously we know Trump won Wisconsin in 2016, but in 2020, Joe Biden got the 10 electoral college votes from Wisconsin. And so the question is, what's going to happen in 2024? It is very hard to predict the outcome of a statewide election in Wisconsin. And that's why I love the fact that Donald Trump plans to make frequent visits to Wisconsin. The Trump team should have a very strong presence in our state, and I think they do. I think they are doing pretty good. So with that, I'm going to pause because I have a question for you all. Do you think that Donald Trump will win Wisconsin in November 2024? The 10 electoral college votes are, it's going to be decided who's going to win the 10 electoral college votes. So if you think that Trump will win Wisconsin, write Trump will win or Trump, Wisconsin. Write that. Do you think Trump will win Wisconsin? Just answer that question so that visually I get a sense of what you all are thinking. Question is, do you think Trump will win Wisconsin in November 2024? And I'm going to check the comments here, okay? Just give me 1 second. I'm looking at my laptop again. Let us see. SF writes, Trump will win. That's awesome. I love seeing that. Terry writes, no, but it would be close. So Terry, you don't think Trump's going to win Wisconsin? Okay. USA writes, yes, Trump will win. Okay, USA 1 is also talking about election integrity. Okay. We can discuss that. Marco writes, no, Harris will win. Okay. Edwin writes, Missouri is for Trump. That's great. Okay. Michael Brown, I see your comment. Hey, we need humor. I like humorous comments. We need some humor, definitely. Marco, you're writing Harris will win. I don't think Harris will win Wisconsin. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is go back, scroll back, and read some of your comments, because as I was speaking, I missed a lot of comments, which I'm going to try to read and address. Let's see. Nathan Loves writes Supreme Court. You're writing about Supreme Court. Okay. Briley writes, the First Amendment has nothing to do with speech on YouTube. You need to reread the Constitution. The First Amendment is the First Amendment. You know, whether you're writing, whether you're speaking, the First Amendment is the First Amendment, whether you're speaking on YouTube or not, okay? So I exercise my First Amendment right. And I do speeches, I write a lot, I have a blog, I write letters to editors and op-eds, and I also share my thoughts on YouTube, okay? So I think it's fine to do that. Let me see. I'm going to read some more comments. Michael Brown wrote, MAGA loves America. We all love America. Make America great again. Jose writes, the God of the universe is with you. Thank you. Thank you, Jose. Appreciate it. Let's see. I'm trying to keep up with the comments here. David Ridgway writes, let's see Harris do an interview unscripted. I'll wait. Trump 2024. David, exactly. That's the point. Like, why is Kamala Harris not doing a press conference? Why is she not doing a press conference? Yeah, she did an interview with Dana Bash. Dana Bash, okay? All right, I get it. It's an interview with one specific media personality, but I want to see Kamala Harris do a press conference. Okay? I want to see what kind of question Peter Doocy will ask Kamala Harris. Okay? Yeah, Kamala Harris should do an open press conference. David Ridgway writes, how can Harris be ahead? That's such a joke. Well, David, you know, that's the whole point about all these polls. I mean, different polls show different results. It's up to you to decide which poll you want to trust. I think Trump has a very good chance of winning Wisconsin. That's just my thought. Michael Brown writes, no poll are accurate. Okay, Michael. You know, I do share polling data, just to share with you what I'm reading, what I'm paying attention to. But obviously, we can't trust all the polls. So really, it's up to an individual to decide which poll you want to believe. Mm. Trenton writes, if Harris wins, we become the weakest country in the world. Well, Trenton, the Biden Harris administration has already caused a lot of damage to our reputation at the global level. And so we need Trump to make America strong again. And we need Trump to strengthen our alliances around the world. Peter writes, I'm in Wisconsin and can definitely tell you it is not a Harris state. That is correct, Peter. That is correct. I'm in Wisconsin too. This is not a Kamala Harris state. It is a Donald Trump state. But then you look at Madison and Milwaukee and maybe La Crosse, and there are some other college towns. I mean, Madison and Milwaukee are the two big areas where you see concentration of Democratic votes. But overall, the state is not a Kamala Harris state. So I agree with you, Peter. Let's see. Michael Brown writes, when is the debate happening? Michael Brown, the presidential debate is going to be taking place on September 10th. Oh, Terry already answered that question. Debate is September 10th. Okay. Edwin writes, hey friend, love your content. Keep up the good work. Kansas City, Missouri, go Trump. I love Kansas City. I love Kansas City, Missouri. And Edwin, thank you so much for your kind and encouraging words. I truly appreciate that. Briley writes, Trump trails in Wisconsin by 4 to 7 points. You think Trump is behind in Wisconsin by 4 to 7 points? You think so? You know, I know lots of Trump supporters who will never answer a polling question, but they go and vote. Lots of Trump supporters, they don't answer poll questions, but they go and vote. Michael Brown writes, most of us are MAGA. Make America great again. Terry writes, Milwaukee and Madison, somewhat Green Bay, are the blue dots in Wisconsin. That is correct. I'm reading your comments. Nipsey Russell asks the question, why is it always the college towns that are predominantly Democratic? Great question. Great question. I think we should talk about the education system, right? We can have a long discussion on the about the education system. But you know what? A lot of college students maybe leaning towards the left, but that's actually changing. There's a greater degree of awareness. And in this day and age, I think the students have a lot of tools. They have access to information. Obviously, there's a lot of bias when you're searching on the internet looking for information. But I think I see a promising trend among students. Okay, they are not all Democrats. There's a rise, I believe. There's like a growing number of conservatives in college towns. So I'm optimistic. I'm still here writes, hi, Amanda here. How are you tonight? Amanda, wonderful to see you. Welcome back. I am doing well. I had a good, productive, and busy day, and I'm back doing a live stream. So thank you all for being here. If you have not subscribed, please do so. And Amanda, how are you doing? I hope everything's well on your end. Lots of new viewers I see here. Virgil is here, And then Good Citizen is here. Good Citizen is calling Trump a liar. Well, Good Citizen, your username is Good Citizen. I don't know what your real name is. If you want to share that, like at least your first name, that would be great. But you just made a comment here about Donald Trump, a very negative comment. But let me tell you, Donald Trump is one of the best presidents in American history. I really believe that, and it's not just me. There are many people who believe that. He is one of the best and most effective presidents. The economy was great when Trump was in office. Let's see. Haley Billy J writes Trump 2024. Oscar is here. Neil is here. Amanda writes, I'm smiling big at you now. Thank you for the shout out. Well, thank you, Amanda. Thanks for being here. Thank you for supporting this channel. Let's see. I'm trying to keep up with all the comments. There's a viewer named Loisky writes, sending likes, brother. Well, thank you for liking this video. Thank you so much. Hit the subscribe button if this is your first time on this channel. Okay. So I am now going back to the discussion, and then I'll take a break again to come back and address your questions and comments. So, my friends, there's a big change taking place in American politics. You see Robert F. Kennedy Jr. endorsing Trump. He comes from a Democrat family. He was a Democrat. Then he became an independent, and then he decided to suspend his presidential campaign, and then RFK Jr. Decided to endorse Trump. So that's a very big development in American politics. And then you see former Democrat Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard endorsing Trump. And now in California, and my friend Terry actually brought this to my attention, my friend Terry, who's here with us today in the live chat window. She's in South Dakota. Terry brought this to my attention that former California Senate Majority Leader Gloria Romero announced that she is going to leave the Democratic Party and register as a Republican. This is major news. Major news. And guess what? Gloria Romero said that she plans to vote for Donald Trump in November. And this is a former California Senate Majority Leader. Isn't that amazing? So she is leaving the Democratic Party and she is becoming a Republican, and she plans to vote for Donald Trump in November. I'm guessing as we approach November 2024, we're going to see that there will be more Democrats who will switch parties. The Democrat Party has gone so far left that people are leaving the Democrat Party. And people are walking away from the Democrat Party. And each Democrat who leaves the Democrat Party, each exit has a tremendous impact on people. There are many Democrat voters who are going to start asking, what is going on? And people will do more research, and they are going to dig deeper to try to find out why the Democrats are leaving the Democrat Party and why the Democrats are walking away from the Democrat Party. And the more research that people do, they're going to see that Democrat policies have hurt the economy and Democrat policies have adversely impacted our economy and our society. So people are walking away from the Democrat Party. And let me tell you one thing. This is just my viewpoint. The Democrat Party is all about control. It is not a party of freedom. The United States of America, we are a nation of freedom. We believe in freedom. But the Democrat Party is all about control. It's not a party of freedom. It's a party of control. The Democrats want to dictate what people should do. They want to dictate what kind of appliances people should use. They want to dictate what kind of vehicles people should drive and more. And so when it comes to the November 2024 election, the same Democrats are telling people to vote for them in spite of such massive failures. Terry writes, Democrats want control. Yep. Yeah. So the Democrats are asking, they're basically telling people, hey, vote for us, vote for the Democrats. But I mean, the people are aware of all the Democrat Party failures. My friends, citizens of a sovereign country, and I'm going to talk about just one issue. Citizens of a sovereign country expect that the country's borders will be secure. This is a very basic expectation. Our country is our home, and we cannot keep the door open. We have to have a secure border. We can't just keep the door open. We can't just allow people to come into the country without permission. But it is shocking to see what the Biden-Harris administration and the Democrats in Washington have done to our country. It is shocking to think that we, as a country, the greatest country in the world, our border is now open because of the Biden-Harris administration. This is unacceptable, and this is the reality that we face right now. And so the American people expect that we will have a leader who will restore sanity, a leader who will restore common sense, a leader who will secure the border. And who is that leader? That leader is Donald Trump. So there is intense competition right now. As we approach November 2024, things are going to get even more heated. The competition is intense between Trump and Harris. And let me share with you one more piece of information. I saw a new report that in August, regarding TV ad spending in Wisconsin, Kamala Harris was outspent by Donald Trump by close to $1 million. In terms of TV ad spending in Wisconsin in August. So the Trump team is spending a lot of money on TV ads in Wisconsin. However, regarding national spending on TV ads, Harris is spending a lot more than Trump. So there's intense competition. The question is, will common sense prevail? And if common sense prevails, then Donald Trump will win in November 2024. So we have to keep our eyes open. We have to see the facts, and we have to support the truth. So with that, my friends, I'm going to take a look at the live chat window. Let's read some comments, and I'm going to try to answer your questions and comments. And if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Give me 1 second. It's going to take me a little bit of time to scroll and read all the comments. I'm going to read your comments. By the way, I'm going to do another poll too. So let's wait for that question. Jules writes, where do you get your information? Well, Jules, I get my information from authentic sources. I hope that answers your question. Jules, let me tell you one thing. I spent a lot of time in school. In addition to doing undergrad and a lot of research, I spent time in graduate school. I wrote policy papers. I know how to look for authentic information. So trust me, If I'm not sure about anything, I will not mention it, or I'll just say, hey, this is what I heard, but I'm not sure. Whatever information I'm presenting, it is accurate. It is accurate, Jules. And then I'm also expressing viewpoints. I'm expressing viewpoints. You may disagree with my viewpoints, but the facts and the data that I'm presenting are accurate. Now, see, when I presented this CNN/SRS's poll results, I made it very clear that the information that I'm stating comes from the poll results. I did not conduct the poll. I'm just simply telling you what the poll results are, and I'm just letting you know that you can trust the poll results, or if you don't want to trust it, you don't have to. So, when I look at poll results, I see like during the same 2 weeks or during the same week, different polls show different results. Some poll will show that Harris is ahead by 2 points. Another poll will show that Trump is ahead by 1 point. Another poll will show Harris is ahead by 1 point. Another poll will show Trump is ahead by 5 points. So when it comes to presenting some information, I present the information and then I let you decide what you want to believe. But there are certain things that I'm very sure about, which I confidently mention, and trust me, I get my information from authentic sources. Okay, so Jules, I know you don't agree with my viewpoints, but it's your decision. Jules writes, the only poll that matters is on election day. Jules, I will agree with you on that. I really will. I know you disagree with me on a lot of things, but I agree with you when you say the only poll that matters is on election day. That's correct, yeah. And actually not just on election day, because voting in many states start early because of early voting rules. So I know a lot of people don't vote on election day. They like to do absentee voting, whether in-person absentee voting or absentee, absentee vote by mail. So, but I understand what you're saying. Election day, election night, election result, that's the main poll. That's what matters. I get it. I agree with you on that. Debbie writes, hi, my friend. Hello, Debbie. Good to see that you're back. Thank you for coming. Shane Richards is here. Shane, hello. Kennard writes, what is the purpose of this live? Well, Kennard, let me ask you, do you believe in freedom of speech? If you do, you are in the right spot. This live stream, my channel overall, is about social and political issues, both domestic and international. So as I'm doing this live stream, I'm sharing with people my thoughts, my opinions, comments on social and political issues. We're talking about the election that's coming up, November 2024, the presidential election, and then my viewers are sharing their thoughts and comments. So that's really, in a nutshell, the purpose of this live stream. So if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe and stay connected. Well, Jules, I see your questions. I see your comments, Jules. I understand that you and I don't have a lot that we can agree on. So, I get it. I clearly understand it. Okay. A192287 writes, can you explain why so many people vote for a candidate that hasn't been able to describe what she'll do for America? Great question. And that's why I'm looking forward to voting for Trump and not Kamala Harris, because we really don't know what Kamala's policies are. We don't know that. We don't know what Kamala stands for. We don't know what her plan is for the economy. And I understand that Kamala is making promises. She's saying she's going to lower the cost of healthcare. She's saying she's going to make housing affordable. She's saying that she's going to create opportunities. Let me tell you, if Kamala really thinks she can do all that, then why didn't she do all these in the last 3.5+ years? She is an incumbent vice president. She has been in office since 2021. And what has she done for the country? Nothing. Nothing. Absolute waste of time. That's why I'm going to vote for Trump 2024. Donald J. Trump 2024. That's who I'm going to vote for. My friends, don't forget to subscribe, please. Subscribe and stay connected, my friends. Matthew writes Trump 2024. Matthew writes, make eggs cheap again. I agree with that, Matthew. It's not just eggs. There are so many things that are so pricey in this Biden-Harris economy. You know what we call inflation? It's Bidenflation. It's Biden's inflation. Bidenflation. That's why things are so expensive, including eggs. Including eggs. I mean, you want to wake up in the morning. After a nice sleep, you want to wake up in the morning, you're hungry, you want to have a nice breakfast before you start your day. And what do you want for breakfast? You want scrambled eggs. You want scrambled eggs for breakfast. And then that's now difficult. You know why? Because eggs are so expensive now. I bought a dozen eggs the other day. You know how much it cost me? $4.19 for 1 dozen eggs. Okay? So scrambled eggs have become more expensive now. Make scrambled eggs cheap again. How about that? Make scrambled eggs. I'm going to write it. Make scrambled eggs cheap again. We love scrambled eggs for breakfast. And because of Joe Biden, because of Kamala Harris, because of Democrats' reckless spending, we're suffering from inflation. We're suffering. Inflation's bad. It's Bidenflation. And that's why eggs are so expensive. And that's why it's hard to afford scrambled eggs now. Okay? Let's see. And by the way, when I say $4.19, I'm talking about basic eggs. I'm not talking about the jumbo ones. I'm not talking about the fancy, the cage-free eggs, the cage-free hen, cage-free eggs, whatever. I'm not talking about organic stuff, okay? If you want to buy the highest quality stuff, you're going to have to pay more than $10. Okay, more than $10 for a dozen. Pretty easily. I'm talking about the cheap ones, $4.19. I was shocked, okay? How are we going to afford scrambled eggs? Andre writes, we have chickens. That's awesome. Philip Holmes writes, Bidenomics sucks. That's correct. Bidenomics does suck. I'm reading your comments, my friends. Matthew writes, yes, sir. Every week prices are going up. We need Trump back. I bought an 18-pack yesterday, $5.89. Everything is expensive. Nipsey Russell writes, $10.25 for farm fresh eggs here. That's a lot, $10.25. It's pricey. I'm reading your comments, my friends. Virgil, I see your comments. Sassy writes, potato chips are $7 a bag. Potato chips are expensive. Potato chips are expensive. Everything's expensive. Everything is expensive. Okay, let's do... Terry writes, my neighbor has chickens. That's awesome. Terry from South Dakota, my good friend, is saying that her neighbor has chickens. It's always good to have chickens. So let's worry about eggs then. Okay, so let's do a poll, and we've done it before. We've done it before. Let's do a poll, okay? If you support Trump, if you're going to vote for Trump in this November, write Trump 2024. Okay? Let's see visually. Let's see how many people support Trump. If you're watching this and if you support Trump, write Trump 2024. And we have been doing it during every live stream just to be able to see the overwhelming support for Trump. Matthew writes Trump 2024. OIOI writes Team Trump 2024. USA1 writes Trump 2024. Dean writes Trump 2024. Miss Misty Eyed writes Trump 2024. Terry writes Trump 2024. Gregory writes Trump 2024. A192287 writes Trump 2024. Devi Van Ness writes Trump 2024. Michael Brown writes Trump 2024. I already mentioned Dean writes Trump 2024. Philip Holmes writes Trump 2024. Sassy writes Trump 2024. Pink Sky 1959 writes Trump 2024. Not Keith Lees writes Trump 2024. Chris Rosario writes Donald J. Trump, the initials DJT 2024. This is what I'm talking about. You see the overwhelming, this is just one live stream. And here we are, and you see the overwhelming support for Donald Trump. Overwhelming support for Trump. Let me read more. Neil writes, why don't you just create a poll? I will do that, Neil. I will do that. Amanda, I'm still here. Amanda writes, Trump 2024. Frank Garcia writes, Kennedy 2024. Well, Frank, if you support Kennedy, I think you have reasons to support Trump because Kennedy endorsed Trump. So if you think Kennedy 2024, let's go for Trump 2024. Good Leader 2024 writes, Big Daddy. That's your screen name. Let me know your first name so I can address you by that. Neil is writing Harris 2024. But you see, Neil, I understand you support Kamala Harris, but you see overwhelming support for Trump in this live stream. Shane Richards writes MAGA. Jules writes, LOL. Look, he can read. I can read, Jules. I can read. I'm looking and I'm reading. Milton writes, Milton, you're writing about Obama. Okay, I see that. Obama is not on the ballot, Milton. Nipsey writes Kanye 2024. Okay. Lisa Harris writes God 24/7. That's true, Lisa. That's true. God always, every moment, God 24/7. We're praying. We're praying for the future of our country. Okay, let's see. More questions. Let me see. Let me see some more comments. I'm going to see more comments. Give me... okay. All right. Jules writes, please do block me. Jules, I'm not blocking anyone. I haven't blocked anyone yet on my channel. Okay. You are free to express your opinions, Jules. I know you disagree with me. I'm not going to block you. I believe in freedom of speech. Okay. Matthew writes, you're a smart man. We need more like you. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate your kind comment. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Okay, let's see. I'm reading comments. I'm trying to scroll. Sassy writes, deportation and border control. Yes, Sassy. We need to secure our southern border. And yes, we need to deport illegal aliens, so many illegal aliens committing lots of crimes on U.S. soil. So we need to deport them. Um, so Virgil has a good question. Virgil writes, how do we fix the border, Virgil? Great question, Virgil. Great question. How do we fix the border? Okay, I'm going to answer. I'm going to answer that question. But if you, the viewers, have thoughts on how we can fix the border, you can write that in the chat window. So I'm going to answer Virgil's question. How do we fix the border? Well, we have to build a barrier. Okay? Call it a wall, call it a fence, call it whatever. It has to be a physical barrier. It has to be a strong barrier. Okay, not just like the fence that people have around their backyard or front yard. Okay, I'm not talking about those little fences in suburban neighborhoods. We need strong physical barrier. Okay, I like to call it a wall. Some people don't like Democrats don't want to hear wall. Okay, so they can call it whatever. We need a wall. We need a strong wall, but a wall is not enough. We also need personnel. We need border patrol agents. We need people at the border patrolling, keeping an eye on what's going on. And we also need technology, okay? We need technology, advanced technology in order to secure the border. So we need a wall, a physical barrier. We need border patrol agents, and we need technology. And of course, the most important thing is we need to have the willingness to secure the border. Like the Biden-Harris administration, they opened up the border on purpose. They opened up the border because they wanted to allow illegal immigrants to come in. Okay, you know why? You know why? Because the Democrats are trying to bring in illegal immigrants, and the Democrats are trying to give them a pathway to citizenship, so that these illegal immigrants, if they can become citizens, they're going to vote. And so the Democrats are basically trying to create new voters and stay in power forever. Okay, that's what they're trying to do, and we understand that. We understand that people are not fools. We understand what's going on. The Democrats, their policies are so awful. They can't manage the economy. The supply chain, still lots of problems. International relations, lots of problems. Crime is on the rise. So the Democrats are a party of failures. And that's why they are so afraid. They know they're not going to get votes, and that people are walking away from the Democratic Party. So what they chose to do is to try to create new voters, and that's why they opened up the border, and they're bringing in illegal immigrants. And now Chuck Schumer in 2022 said he wants a pathway to citizenship for illegal immigrants. Elizabeth Warren not too long ago said that Kamala Harris, if she wins, she's going to create a pathway to citizenship for illegal immigrants. So their goal, the Democrats' goal, is to create a pathway to citizenship for illegal immigrants, because citizenship grants a person voting rights. So they are trying to create new voters to stay in power. That's a very evil plan. Very, very evil plan. And that's why we need to deport the illegal aliens who are causing a lot of problems. I mean, look at what's happening in Aurora, Colorado. Migrant, illegal aliens, who are associated with a violent gang. They have taken over at least 2 apartment buildings. Can you believe that? It's happening in Colorado. It's happening in an American state. Migrant gang members have taken over 2 apartment buildings. Okay? So, we need to secure the border. We need to secure the border, and the Democrats are not going to do it. And that's why we need Donald Trump in the White House, and we need a Republican majority in the U.S. Senate, and we need to grow the size of the Republican majority in the U.S. House of Representatives. Okay, so I gave the answer. I'm going to read the comments and then we'll talk more. Okay, so I'm going to pause for a little bit as I read your comments. Somebody just said I'm ranting. I'm not ranting. I'm exercising my First Amendment right. I'm just sharing the truth. You know, maybe I'm speaking a little faster. I'm not ranting. I don't think I am. True Patriot is here. True Patriot writes, "Howdy, y'all. True Patriot, welcome." Let's see. I'm reading your comments, my friends. Jules writes, "Yes, he's terrible." Oh my God. Jules, did you refer that? Did you mean me? Am I terrible? Jules wrote, "He's terrible." Are you referring to me, Jules? I don't know. I want to be sure. Are you referring to me? Should I be sad? Jules? Jules writes, "Of course you." That's a confident, "Of course you." You're referring to me, Jules? Jules writes 100%. Jules, you think I'm terrible? I'm not terrible. Guys, do you think I'm terrible? If you think I'm terrible, write terrible. If you think I am not terrible, write not terrible. Let's see. Am I terrible? Oh, I see. Neil said terrible, LOL. So Neil is not only saying terrible, Neil is also saying LOL. So Neil is calling me terrible and laughing out loud. Matthew writes not terrible. Michael Brown writes, "No, you're lovely." Thank you so much. Toby writes, "Are you a lawyer?" I'm not a lawyer, Toby, but thanks for the question. I've worked very closely with lawyers. Amanda writes, "Not terrible." Thank you, Amanda. Neil wrote a second time, "You're terrible." So Neil, you're writing it twice. No, you have to write it only once. If you write it twice, then it looks like I got two comments that say terrible, but it's just one comment from one person. So don't repeat, okay? Not Keith Lee writes, "You're incredible." Thank you so much. USA One writes, "You're an American patriot." Thank you very much. See, I'm getting a lot of support. Neil writes, "Sorry, I'm used to voting twice." Ha! Oh, Neil, what can I say? What can I say? Andrew writes, "I love you, sir." Thank you so much. Thank you. Neil just wrote, "Sorry, I'm used to voting twice." Neil, what can I say? Terry says, "Tosif is awesome. Wish more were like him." Thank you, Terry. Terry is one of the greatest supporters. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate it. Terry is a great friend. Paul writes, I don't know if you're terrible." You don't know. Okay. All right. Okay. Then, watch my channel, watch my videos, and then decide if I'm terrible or not. Take your time. No rush. Someone wrote, "Your English is wonderful." Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. I'm reading your comments. I'm reading more comments. Let's see. By the way, let's do another poll. Well, by poll, I mean I'm not doing like a poll. I'm not counting here, just visually in the live chat window, write the state that you're from, because I want to get a sense of where people are tuning in from. So Like I'm from Wisconsin, so I'm gonna write Wisconsin like I wrote. Last time I did it, there were many viewers from Oklahoma and California and Texas, and also Minnesota, Wisconsin. So let's just see where people are from today. So I wrote Wisconsin because I'm in Wisconsin. Joshua writes Oregon. Matthew writes North Dakota. Well, Matthew, that's great. North Dakota is awesome. Um, Debbie writes Texas. USA 1 writes Maine. That's great. Fall 24 writes Arkansas. Not Keith Lee writes Texas. Amanda writes Ohio. Justin writes Oregon. Virgil writes Texas. Philip Holmes writes Tennessee. Shep writes California. Sassy writes Louisiana. Okay. Doom the Mighty writes Compton. Super Gamer writes Iraq. The True Patriot writes Plymouth, Massachusetts. Lisa writes Missouri. Neil writes Michigan. Ron writes Delaware. Well, Delaware is Joe Biden state. Delaware. Ron, are you a Trump supporter, Ron? Ron from Delaware, are you a Trump supporter? Let me know. If you support Trump, Ron, just write Trump 2024. That way I'll know. Bill writes California, but I'm from Canada. Okay, Bill. Welcome to the channel. I'm reading more comments here. Dean writes, Neil, you should move to San Francisco or Chicago. Yeah. Okay. Well, Neil is in Michigan, right? By the way, I'm very close to Chicago. Chicago is like 150 miles. So it's really, I can make a day trip and come back. Let's see. I'm reading comments. Depressed Gaming writes, where are you from? Well, I am in Wisconsin. If you mean where I'm originally from, I was born and raised in Bangladesh, and I came to the United States as a legal immigrant, and now I'm a proud naturalized American citizen. So that answers your question, right? Let me know if you have more questions. Shep, your question, Shep, I see your question. Your question doesn't make sense. Okay. Okay. I don't know what happened. I think there was a disruption in the internet connection. So I am back. So can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? There was an issue. So anyway, I was using my cell phone network, and I just switched to my Wi-Fi. So now it should be pretty good. So are you all? If you are here, just write here. I just wrote here. I'm here. Super Gamer 5 writes about internet. Well, I'm not in Bangladesh, Super Gamer. I'm in Wisconsin. And internet, I had a minor disruption, but I'm back. Lisa writes, yes, I can hear you. Wonderful. I switched to my Wi-Fi, so hopefully there won't be any more disruption, okay? I was using my cell network